Hey folks, welcome to the Modern Composers channel. My name is Deno and today we're going to talk about and listen to rhythms in modern music. I want to show you how to get started and how to rewire your mind for different approaches. Like, share, subscribe and comment. It is a tedious business with rhythm and a modern composition. If it grooves, it's jazz or pop or rock, and if it doesn't groove or has no motion, it's ambient and noisescape. When I myself started out to write modern music, I was stuck there. I didn't dare to write pulses, continuous ongoing rhythms anymore. I wanted to move away from popular music, and at the same time I stopped with harmonic changes. So I got two major problems at the same time. So what to do if we refuse continuous rhythm? Is composing dronescapes the only refuge? No. I was awestruck at Beat Furer's 50th birthday concert in Graz. It's some years ago. Klangforum Wien, so the Klangforum Vienna, played an amazing gig, and I understood Beat is groovy. He's not afraid. He's daring to use those elements I was afraid to use for years. His music is so intriguing also because it is pushing, it is urging forward. Check out this example from a piece of Beat Furer. It is called Spur. So this is truly amazing, isn't it? I want to share a list with you now with different rhythmic approaches. Continuous is clear. We know that from 90% of the music. Still, it has been used in modern music. Let's have a listen to a music of the minimal era. Terry Riley has used the same time base for his rhythms, but refused a common downbeat. This piece is called In C. Broken means manipulated. DJs do it, it's breakbeat, it's IDM. We can apply such techniques to writing also. Have a listen to Bernhard Lang's Differenzwiederholung too. It's always driving and groovy, but he is cutting his loops unevenly so that we always get a new sensation and interest. Scattered elements are strongly percussive landmarks with no or a very dispersed rhythmic relation to each other. So the listener would not hear a groove going on, but still we use percussions. Soundscapes may not use any rhythm at all, as we can hear in Penderecki's Polymorphia, for example. Still, there is movement, and it can easily break into a perception of rhythm. Stochastic. In this type, the rhythmic elements are designed in a chaotic way, maybe like gas atoms in the air when colliding, growing and declining in density and intensity. Let's have a listen to the iconic Yannis Xenakis in Pitopracta. He designed a very dense rhythmic field which almost becomes a sphere. We can hear that at the other end of the spectrum, rhythm and non-rhythm are connected again. Alright, so much about what composers did, but what can you do? How can you start out? Now let me have a sip of coffee. Because before I share some tips and inspirations, please support me by subscribing to this channel, and thanks a lot. So, try not to use backbeat groove. So what is backbeat at all? So it's a typical rock and roll groove going on with the snare on 2 and 4. This is called backbeat. Don't use it anymore. Get away from 4-bar and 8 or 16-bar phrases. Try to break up these pop and rock idioms. A common pulse is used, but every voice uses different lengths of their phrases. Yeah? So you might have a voice which uses 5 beats and another one 7 and another one 13 and another one maybe 21 or whatever. So Andrew Huang calls this POLYMETERS. Check out his video here. He does an amazing job explaining this. Minimal approach number 2. Layering of different tempi of rhythmic material. Andrew calls this polyrhythms. So in short, it means that our rhythms do have different tempi. Time shift your traditional rhythms and compress or stretch them until not recognizable anymore. Okay? Insert fractions of a beat and cut stuff. Work with complex time signatures. Use algorithms on rhythms. Utilize computer programs to alter and manipulate time values. Maybe Opus Modus is a nice idea here, or Max MSB, or PD, of course. Use nature-inspired rhythms. Melting of icicles, the sound of a cow herd, bells, yelling of kids in a kindergarten, city noise, a blacksmith's rhythm, dialogues of people, etc. So you can maybe go out, do field recordings, record rhythms which interest you, and then bring them back into your studio, maybe transcribe them, run them through software, do stuff with it, and then maybe find a way into notation, okay? You could use stochastic rhythms. For example, you could analyze data, find rare mutations of a gene, for example, and map it to sonic events. Or use star maps and use black holes as your Grancasa hits. We can utilize science-inspired rhythms. Look inside cells to find out metabolic rhythms. Sonify the movement of iron atoms in your bloodstream. Look at cancer cells being defeated by chemotherapy, or how the weather is changing, or global warming. You know, there are dozens of possibilities. If this applies to your music, if this is what you want to convey to your audience also. We can use people's memories of rhythm, collect their ideas, write it down, you know, like talking to musicians or recording other people. We can write it down, we can remix it, we can use the brains of our musicians to come up with sonic ideas in live impros and shape them through our music. Improvise your own rhythms, record and transcribe them. Apply master effects onto any of your newfound rhythms. Shape them, intensify, break, cut, morph them. I think there are many more ideas on how to work with rhythms and where to draw your inspiration from. Most important is find your own approach, and this I'm talking to myself. I want to find my own approach which is really relevant for the piece I'm working on right now. So this takes time. So let's be gentle with ourselves and enjoy. For the ride out, I want to share a music I did with rhythms driven by chaotic behavior. Let us all know in the comments how you're doing with this topic. Happy composing. Bye bye.